A chilling twist and dangerous return and a plot to silence Philip for good this June. A storm brews on the horizon as Xander finds himself consumed by rage, betrayal, and desperation. For those who followed Xander's tumultuous journey, his next steps are nothing short of jaw-dropping. Let's break down the drama, because what's coming is a story filled with suspense, emotion, and classic soap opera intensity that will leave viewers at the edge of their seats. A dangerous man walks free to begin. The very fact that Xander Kuryakis is roaming free has ignited a firestorm across Salem. Recently released on bail, Xander's presence alone is enough to send chills down the spine of anyone who's crossed him. But one person is particularly incensed: Kate Roberts Brady. Kate, never one to keep her thoughts to herself, is absolutely livid that the justice system has allowed Xander to walk the streets as if he were just any other citizen. She's seen the look in his eyes. She knows the threat he poses. And she isn't willing to sit back and do nothing while he plots his next move. In fact, Kate is so outraged that she confronts Bell Black, demanding that something be done. Kate wants action, swift and decisive. She wants to see Xander behind bars once more, where she believes he belongs. The stakes are high, and for Kate, it's personal. The shadow over Philip's hospital bed. Meanwhile, Philip Kuryakis lies vulnerable and recovering in his hospital bed. For those who recall the twisted history between these two men, this is no ordinary sibling rivalry. Xander and Philip have a long and complex history, one stained with jealousy, betrayal, and violence. But what unfolds next reveals just how unhinged Xander has become. According to fresh spoilers for Days of Our Lives, on June 16, Xander will take his dark vendetta to a terrifying new level. Determined to silence his rival once and for all, Xander sneaks into Philip's hospital room under the cover of night. His intentions? Nothing short of murder. With a pillow clutched in his hands and a cold gleam in his eyes, Xander approaches Philip's bedside. It's a moment that will send shivers down viewers' spines. This isn't a spontaneous act of rage. This is calculated. Intentional. And it's clear that Xander has convinced himself that eliminating Philip is the only way to protect his own freedom. Because beneath the surface of Xander's fury lies something deeper: fear. He knows that if Philip lives, he could testify against him. That testimony could seal Xander's fate and send him back to prison for good. So, in his twisted logic, the only way forward is to remove the threat. The plan unravels, but as is often the case in Salem, fate has a way of intervening. Just as Xander prepares to smother Philip, something stops him. Whether it's the sound of approaching footsteps or a flicker of guilt in his heart, the result is the same: Xander abandons his murderous mission. Philip survives, but just barely. And while he may have escaped death this time, the trauma of the experience, and the knowledge that his own brother tried to kill him, will leave lasting scars. This attempted murder won't go unnoticed. As the week of June 16 to 20 unfolds, word spreads, suspicions rise, and Kate becomes even more determined to ensure Xander faces the consequences of his actions. Kate's relentless pursuit of justice. Back at the hospital, Kate takes matters into her own hands. She speaks directly with a police officer stationed there, sharing her growing concerns and demanding that Xander be watched, and ultimately rearrested. For Kate, this is more than a protective gesture for her son. It's a crusade for justice. She's seen the darkness that lives within Xander. She knows that this man, no matter how charming or persuasive he may seem on the outside, is capable of real and lasting harm. And she's not going to wait for the system to catch up. She wants Xander back in prison, and she's willing to do whatever it takes to make that happen. Xander on the edge. As for Xander himself, he finds himself spiraling. Once again, he has let his rage take over. Once again, he's come within a breath of doing something unforgivable. And now, with Philip still alive and Kate breathing down his neck, he knows his days of freedom may be numbered. But if viewers have learned anything about Xander over the years, it's that he doesn't give up easily. The pressure may be mounting. The walls may be closing in. But Xander is a man who fights back. And when he does, there's no telling how far he'll go. What comes next? Will Philip remember what happened the night Xander came to kill him? Will he wake up to see Xander standing over him, pillow in hand, and sound the alarm? Or will Xander slip away before Philip regains consciousness, leaving only a whisper of danger in the air? Will Kate's warnings be taken seriously by the authorities? Or will Xander find a way to charm his way out of trouble once again, leaving Kate fuming and frustrated? Most importantly, will Xander finally face the consequences he's been dodging for far too long? One thing is certain, Days of Our Lives is setting the stage for a showdown unlike any we've seen before. The tension is rising, the characters are in crisis, and the battle between justice and vengeance is just beginning. Stay tuned, because the week of June 16th to 20th promises heartbreak, confrontation, and a whole lot of drama that fans won't want to miss. Whether you're rooting for Philip's recovery, Kate's relentless quest for justice, or even, dare we say it, a redemptive turn for Xander, this is Days of Our Lives at its thrilling best. And for longtime fans and newcomers alike, the message is clear: in Salem, nothing stays buried for long. Not secrets. Not grudges. And certainly not the truth. Next, Days of Our Lives for Friday, June 13th, paint a vivid picture of emotional turmoil and dramatic confrontations that will leave viewers on the edge of their seats. From heartfelt reunions to dangerous schemes, the residents of Salem face challenges that test their bonds and threaten their futures. Let's delve into the intricate stories unfolding in this beloved daytime drama, crafted with care for an audience seeking clarity and emotional resonance. A father's return and a friend's farewell. At the heart of Salem's latest chapter is Sean Brady, a man caught between the joy of a long-awaited reunion and the sorrow of a devastating loss. Sean's father, Bo Brady, has miraculously returned to Salem after a harrowing ordeal, a moment that fills Sean's heart with gratitude. However, this reunion comes at a steep cost: the tragic death of John Black, a beloved figure in Salem and a close friend to many. The weight of this loss hangs heavy over Sean, who finds himself grappling with guilt and regret. Sean's recent actions add another layer of complexity to his story. During a heated argument with Bo, Sean fabricated an illness to skip work, a decision that now haunts him. On Friday's episode, he seeks out Jada Hunter, his colleague and friend, to offer a sincere apology. Jada, known for her compassion, understands the depth of Sean's love for his family. She shares in his joy at Bo's return but also mourns the loss of John, a man whose presence anchored so many in Salem. Their conversation is a poignant reminder of the delicate balance between personal loyalties and professional responsibilities, a theme that resonates deeply with viewers navigating their own complex relationships. A sister's grief and a jealous heart. In the bustling town square, Sean's sister, Belle Black, finds solace in her brother's embrace. The loss of John, her father-in-law and a pillar of strength, has left Belle reeling. As she clings to Sean, their shared grief creates a moment of tenderness that does not go unnoticed. E.J. DiMera, a man whose feelings for Belle have grown increasingly intense, watches from afar, his heart stirred by jealousy. The sight of Belle in Sean's arms ignites a spark of insecurity in E.J., who has long hoped to win her affection. This moment sets the stage for a heart-to-heart between E.J. and Belle, a conversation fraught with emotional complexity. Belle, still mourning John, confesses that her heart is not ready for love. The pain of her loss is compounded by John's disapproval of her feelings for E.J., a sentiment that lingers even in his absence. Belle's honesty is both a rejection and a promise. She acknowledges her feelings for E.J. but asks for time to heal. For E.J., this is a bitter pill to swallow. His desire for Belle is undeniable, but the path to her heart is fraught with obstacles, leaving viewers to wonder if their love will ever find solid ground. A mother's hope and a brother's betrayal at Salem University Hospital, Kate Roberts Brady stands vigil by her son Philip Kuryakis' bedside. Philip, trapped in a coma, has been the focus of Kate's unwavering hope. Her presence is a beacon of maternal devotion, as she whispers words of encouragement, urging Philip to fight his way back to consciousness. On Friday, there's a glimmer of hope. Philip's eyes flutter, a sign that he may soon awaken. For Kate, this moment is a lifeline, a chance to reclaim the son she fears she might lose. But danger lurks in the shadows. Xander Kuryakis, Philip's brother, harbors a dark secret. Fueled by greed and resentment, Xander sees Philip's vulnerability as an opportunity. Armed with a pillow and a wad of cash, he creeps into Philip's hospital room, his intentions chillingly clear. The question hangs heavy: will anyone intervene before Xander's sinister plan comes to fruition? This shocking twist underscores the fractured bonds within the Kuryakis family, where loyalty is often overshadowed by ambition. A father's fight and a daughter's future. Xander's troubles extend beyond the hospital walls. Out on bail, he attempts to reconnect with his daughter, Victoria Kuryakis, by purchasing a small gift, a gesture of love in a life marked by chaos. However, his ex-wife, Sarah Kuryakis, stands as a formidable barrier. Sarah, fiercely protective of Victoria, is determined to keep Xander at a distance. Their confrontation is charged with emotion, as Xander vows to fight for his place in Victoria's life. This battle promises to escalate, with dire consequences looming on the horizon. Xander's day is further complicated by tense encounters with E.J. DiMera and Kayla Johnson. E.J., still smarting from his exchange with Belle, finds himself at odds with Xander, whose reckless actions threaten to destabilize Salem's fragile peace. Meanwhile, Kayla, a voice of reason and compassion, challenges Xander's choices, urging him to consider the impact of his behavior on those he claims to love. These interactions highlight Xander's isolation, as he navigates a world where trust is scarce and redemption feels out of reach. A kiss interrupted and a secret revealed at Titan, the corporate heart of Salem. Stephanie Johnson and Alex Kuryakis steal a moment of romance amidst the chaos. Their kiss, a spark of passion in an otherwise hectic day, is abruptly interrupted by Kate's arrival. Kate's presence is a reminder of the delicate balance between personal desires and professional obligations. For Alex, the situation is particularly awkward, as he finds himself caught between his feelings for Stephanie and his responsibilities at Titan. The tension escalates when Kate unknowingly reveals a secret. Alex had shared Stephanie's manuscript with Kate, unaware that Stephanie had decided against publishing it. When Kate praises the work of the anonymous author, Stephanie's suspicions are piqued. This revelation threatens to unravel the trust between Stephanie and Alex, setting the stage for a confrontation that could reshape their relationship. The interplay of love, ambition, and betrayal at Titan mirrors the broader struggles of Salem's residents, offering viewers a relatable glimpse into the challenges of balancing heart and duty. A town on the brink. As Friday's episode of Days of Our Lives unfolds, Salem stands at a crossroads. The return of Beau Brady brings hope, but the loss of John Black casts a long shadow. Belle's grief, EJ's jealousy, and Xander's dangerous schemes weave a narrative of heartbreak and suspense. Kate's devotion to Philip and Stephanie's romantic entanglements add layers of complexity, while Sean's quest for forgiveness reminds us of the power of family. For viewers aged 65 and older, these stories resonate with universal themes: the pain of loss, the hope of reunion, and the struggle to find love amidst life's uncertainties. The clear, emotional storytelling of Days of Our Lives offers a comforting escape, a chance to connect with characters whose lives, though dramatic, mirror the triumphs and trials of our own. As Salem's residents face their futures, one thing is certain: the drama is far from over.